Welcome to the Texas Go Radio Show. I'm your host, Matorius. This is part 54 of the breakdown commentary of Milker Nation's Barataria scam 10-hour documentary. One of the most valuable pieces of this saga is this Milker Nation video.
It's never been any of that shit. I've never done MDMA. I've never done ecstasy. I've never done, I think I might have smoked crack once in middle school. BB, what's up with camping in Idaho? Camping in Idaho, man, if you don't know what's up, you don't know what's up. And then under the subversion, the winter, comes spring again. And it's like we're experiencing it right now in life. Biggest lies Muslims repeat. Okay, here we go. You're just going to start calling everyone liars. Man, Christians can be fucking annoying. But it's all right. It's all right. There's a lot that aren't. Just got to keep telling myself that. But he's a fucking liar. It's like, it's crazy. Way to build bridges, man. Keep going hard. Yeah, but I'm also like, a lot of young people look at me about how to live and shit. And so I'm also apologizing because the way I acted wasn't right, you know? Because it wasn't funny enough. It was too personal. It was too like, look at me, Pope. The Pope, he might be dead. He might be a clone. Did you guys feel that tonight, or was that just me? I felt a lot of trauma coming off my fucking back tonight. You know, it's almost like these fucking fillings with mercury in them. It's like the rest of our lives, we just get rid of it. Thanks for the hang, everyone. Yeah, glorious stream. Thank you, Big Bear. Did you guys feel that tonight, though? The forgiveness feeling? Was that just me?
The forgiveness feeling?
I said it was a great stream. Yeah, but did you guys feel the forgiveness vibe where it's like...
I need y'all to forgive me, but I'm not going to ask for forgiveness. I just need to... I need y'all to understand that that's what I'm asking for because of all the horrendous things that I've done and lied about. And the fact that I took y'all's money and that, I mean, under false pretenses. And I just need to, the guilt's getting to me. And I just need to know. I need to know that y'all feel the forgiveness. Can y'all just please confirm the forgiveness, please?
Why did I yell? So, you know, it's like, definitely felt it. So you guys felt it in your lives too, right? Where it's like, who am I yelling at? That's my theme lately. It's like, who am I yelling at? I know people like me ranting. It's funny and shit. But sometimes I ask myself, who am I?
The people that are in his chat that say, dude, whenever you, and it still goes on to this day, that are like, hey, man, whenever you were doing that, that was hilarious. Those, I mean.
Who am I yelling at? Joe was crushing. We felt it. She had her own trauma. Right. You know, sometimes we're like freaking out and it's like, who am I yelling at?
I wanted to tell you about my day today. So, as many of you know, my wife was in Sprouts. Yes, Sprouts is already a commie store. But since March, since the beginning of all this nonsense...
this was the first time that I ever heard of the store called Sprouts.
My wife has been able to shop there free of a mask.
And the first time that I ever saw MadebyJimbob.
People leave her alone. If you want to wear a mask, fine. If you don't, shop. It's just maintain distance at least or whatever bullshit. So she did that, and so many of you saw the footage where these perverts attacked her. The main worker there named Chris, who's just another level of a zombie, basically confronted her, and then you get a bunch of perverts using their phones.
What's your name, sir? Scared coronavirus victim number 2?
Look at that's a grown man.
No.
And this guy with his holster
phone. I am trying to do my groceries. I am trying to grocery shop.
That's a grown man
Let me finish. I'm almost
trying
done.
to breathe
I need
through
5
underwear
minutes.
on his face.
You don't treat these people.
Don't treat these people like this.
What? She's
Like, so we
treating
can do
me
it.
like a criminal.
Look at his tits.
I don't want to be in this. This
Look at how much
is a great story.
estrogen.
I agree it's a great story. This is the first
Watch
time
him
they've
pull out
ever
his phone
treated
like
me
a
like
gun. This
this.
is hilarious.
Until I
Watch
follow
this.
the rules.
What?
This is how you
I
learn
tried.
to pull a
I
gun
tried to
in
do-
training.
Follow the rules.
This guy gets his hand in his pocket.
What rules?
Watch.
What
Oh,
rules? Pull
shit.
us as mandates?
Watch.
They're not even real. They're not
Watch the
laws.
pull. Watch the
Just
holster
let me
pull.
finish. I'm almost
Oh,
done.
shit.
Oh, I'm sorry you have to witness
see?
this.
See him flip up his shirt? Pull out his Glock.
What's your name, sir?
His Glock
Scared.
apple. Anyway, that happened. So this is Sprouts, right? And so, we go, well, let's just go to the farmer's market, right? So I'm getting dressed. Many of you maybe are bears. Yes, Peggy Hall, yeah. This is a Beartaria shirt. I was getting ready. I decided to put this shirt on, and I thought to myself, one day someone will recognize this shirt and what it means, and they will, it'll change their day, and we'll talk about it, and it'll be amazing. So we're walking through the farmer's market. This is my little town here down the street. And, I have a guy who supplies me my meat, my beef, whatever I want. And then there's obviously all the foods there and the produce. And so I'm shopping. I got a bunch of stuff. And toward the end of the walk, there's a guy on the right who is a homesteader. And we knew he was a homesteader, right? And so we're walking, and we talked to him for a little, say hi. I'm asking him about his goods, tasting some of the goods. And he looks past me, and he says, "Ma'am, thank you so much for sharing your smile." And it was this old lady not wearing masks with her husband. And I thought that was first distinction here, an important part of the story, is that key distinction. It's not thank you for not wearing a mask. It's thank you for sharing your smile. Now, the real contagion that's being covered and constrained and limited is actually love and joy and laughter. And that's through the face. So he's talking to me, and we're talking, and my kids are picking at his goods and stuff. And we're talking in the fake pandemic and all this bullshit. And he's getting excited about talking about it and finally meeting someone who's not wearing a face mask and connecting and joking about it. He looks down at my shirt, Beartaria. For those of you who don't know, Beartaria, Owen Benjamin started a big community of homesteading as a way of life. That's not to say that you can just get land and build a farm and do all the cattle and all that shit. It's about a mindset of connecting your family to the goods that God has given us, and at whatever level you can. You grow broccoli, you grow anything. Grow whatever you can, celebrate it. It's about appreciation of what we have. It's about family and community. Anyway, so he sees this. He literally stops what he's doing. Stop. Like, his eyes well up. He walks around and gives me a huge hug. And he's just like, "You don't understand how much I needed this today." And it was like, I just get moved because it's what we all want, right? So it's just amazing the synchronicity of it. And we hug, and we're just like, "I can't believe it." And he's like, "I signed up last week. I'm so glad, Sorry.
This is what it could have been. And anything good that came out of it was in spite of Owen and not because of Owen.
It just made him happy. And I looked down, and I'm like, "Tell me about your goods." We eventually got... He said, "What's your name?" And I took off my glasses like a champ. Like fucking David... Who's David? David Caruso. I take off my glasses, and I'm like, "I'm Jimbob." And I kind of knew if he followed Owen and the Bears, he would know. And he was shocked at a secondary level, which is appropriate. And so he was that much more excited that he knew who I was. And he was like, "What the?" He was like, "How?" And I was like, "I live right there." He introduced me, his name, my family. We talked, and then I got him to talk about his stuff. And the synchronicity is awesome because the whole thing about let's go to the farmer's market. You know, screw these stores, whatever. We were able to get away with it up until now. Great. Screw Sprouts. This guy, his homesteading business is Sprouts, real Sprouts. That's all he does, Sprouts. So this is all Sprouts he gave me. Well, I insisted on giving him money, but so the level of connection there is just, it's so awesome. It's just like, and it's spiritual because Sprouts, the store, the dead corporate entity, that's not Sprouts. This is Sprouts. That guy is Sprouts. Sprouts is a dead entity. That's not Sprouts. That's a false idol. Okay? This is Sprouts. He knows what Sprouts are. So I thought that was just like so insane. And I was surprised, but also not surprised because I know how that works. And it just gave us so much more life. And gave him life. And it's not like significant. It's just, it's like, that's actually what normal looks like. That's normal.
I'm going to do a quick live stream. I'll be doing a evening stream tonight at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Check out JimBob's stream. Man, I just had a good weep. Hello, Kung Fu Bear. Did you guys, anybody listen to JimBob's stream today? Just had a big weep. I got an inspirational cry. Hi everybody. Yeah, guys, check out JimBob's stream, man. It was so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm getting kind of like jammed up just thinking about it. So his wife, I'll play it at the stream tonight because it's exactly what Bertaria is. Powerful God day. I had a powerful God day today.
It's what it could have been if it wasn't for
Kung Fu Bear. Wow. Big day today. A lot of some real evil passed by me today,
and he uses these moments as justification for the things that he does.
Did some really good stuff. I remember, do you guys know that his wife got like assaulted by these masked people being like, where's your mask? It was in Sprouts. Right? So she's not, they're hanging lights in the barn. It's awesome. So she gets kicked out of Sprouts. And JimBob's a proud guy, good guy, strong guy. He's like, we're going to the farmer's market. And he puts on his Bertaria's shirt. And he goes to the farmer's market, and there's a guy, dude, you can't think about this story without getting jammed up. But JimBob was like crying on a stream today. And dude, right before he started crying, I started crying. It's exactly what Bertaria is.
Right before he started crying, I started crying. I started crying first. Before I even pushed play on the video, I was crying. Beat that, bro. So stupid.
So he goes to...
When the first time that I watched that, it touched me as well.
The farmer's market, they saw a storyboard, and then I'll be right with you, okay? And this one guy says to a woman who's not wearing...
It's literally what it could have been if it wasn't tainted by Owen.
A mask. The only vendor not wearing a mask. And he said, thank you for showing everybody your smile. You know, instead of being negative, like next level, you know? And so JimBob's like, man, that was beautiful. And they started talking, and the vendor's there, and like his family's there, and they're talking, and they're like, and he sees the Bertaria, dude, it's like, it's a beautiful cry, but it's like, you can't say this shit without crying. So he sees the Bertaria shirt, and his eyes start welling up, and he hugs JimBob.
It's interesting to see JimBob tell the story, and then Owen tell the story. And in my opinion, it is very easy to tell which one of them is being sincere. And, yeah.
He's like, man, I needed that today. And guys, he was selling Sprouts. So Sprouts to corporate, and so the guy's like, dude, I signed up for the bear trail, and so Jim Bob's like, the corporate structure Sprouts isn't Sprouts. This man was selling Sprouts. Guys, love. That story made me terrible. Oh, it's so redeeming. It's like so redeeming.
So redeeming. See, guys, I'm redeemed because something an entirely different person did and experienced. See, I do cause good. In spite of, man. In spite of.
It's exactly what Bertaria is. Ow. The synchronicity was amazing. Oh. Because they were already talking. And so Jim Bob just out of nowhere is like, I'm going to wear my Bertaria shirt today. And it's like, the one vendor, because they tried to get him to wear a mask, and he was like, respectfully, I won't be wearing a mask. And he's like, I would still love to sell my products. And they let him, obviously. And he was like, and he said to a woman, thank you for your smile. And we saw Jim Bob with the shirt.
Is Sprouts like a farmer's market?
It's like, yeah, it's awesome. Man, that dude's a good guy. MadebyJimbob is a freaking good guy. God smiled down on many people today, yeah. Because my day started rough. And it turned out to be so good. You're looking at a community that's like, okay, we're going to have a bouncy house. We're going to do a corn maze. It's just going to be for the kids. And it was awesome. It was just awesome. Sounds like it's its own country. No, it's America, baby. It's America. America never went anywhere. And we're getting out. You can pay off your debts. I bought my wife back from the Grabbler. You can pay off your debts. So his wife gets kicked out of Sprouts, and he goes to, long story short, he goes to a farmer's market. The only guy there not wearing a mask. They strike up a combo.
Oh, so that wasn't in Sprouts. Or what? I don't. It doesn't matter.
The guy doesn't recognize him as Jim Bob. He's a fan of Jim Bob. Jim Bob, I'll tell you. So they're having this beautiful conversation. He sees he's got a Bertaria shirt on. They both start crying and hugging. And he's selling Sprouts. Like,
This is the Texas Go Radio Show, and I'm your host, Matorius. As always, till next time.